All right, today we are making Spam fried rice. One of my favorite dishes of all time. Probably one of my favorite things to cook. One of the first things I learned how to cook. And it's just one of the best comfort dishes you can make at home. So let's talk about the ingredients that you need to make Spam fried rice. Green onions. Essentially, we're gonna use this in two ways. We're gonna use the whites of the green onion, and the whites are gonna flavor our oil. They're gonna be our aromatic. And then we're gonna use the greens of the green onion, and this is essentially gonna be like our garnish / our freshness at the end. Next up, this is kind of optional, but I do think it's an important ingredient for the way I make fried rice, which is oyster sauce. And I do think this makes that like subtle difference. This is kind of that little extra something that's gonna take this over the top. And let's talk about the next ingredient, which is soy sauce, or shoyu in my case. I use Aloha Shoyu, which is one of the most popular ingredients in Hawaii. It's kind of like, you have Heinz ketchup, you have Best Foods mayo. If you're cooking really anything in Hawaii, you're using Aloha Shoyu. And I still even use the lower sodium version of this because this is a really, really salty soy sauce. So fair warning for that, because you will not need that any more salt after you use this stuff. Now the rice, as you see here, was in the fridge because you're gonna need to use day-old rice. Now, if you heard anyone talk about fried rice before, you heard them probably say this, you gotta use day-old rice because if you use fresh rice, it's too steamy, it's too starchy. I have seen hacks where you can basically like get fresh rice and like freeze it, and then you'll have like rice you can fry within 30 minutes. I don't bother with that stuff. I think the simplest way is often the best way, and just make the rice overnight, and then you're gonna have perfect rice for fried rice. Whites separate with the greens. I'm going to put the greens in a little bowl here that we will have ready for us when the fried rice is done. All right, next up we have our Spam. And there's really only one way to get Spam out of its can. That's it. And now look at that, we got everything prepped. We got our Spam that's nice and diced here. We got the whites of our green onion, including the greens of the green onion, which would be our garnish and our freshness. We got our rice ready, and then we got our oils and our sauces ready. So let's get cooking. Start with the Spam, and I'm not putting any oil in the pan yet. I have a semi-ripping hot pan here. It's been going on kind of medium high for a few minutes. So it is pretty hot already. I'm just gonna put the Spam in. We already hear that sizzle. Once it's in there, you don't really have to do much other than kind of letting it do its thing, let it crisp up. So you don't want the Spam to get too crispy, but definitely crispy enough that it's flavorful and it's good texture for the rice. All right, you can see now, see the color we're getting on the Spam. That's what we're looking for. Now, introduce some oil in here, not too much. Just a nice kind of like maybe one or two tablespoons there, and then we will flavor this with the green onions. Whites of the green onions now going in. Start sauteing with the Spam, start flavoring the oil. It already smells incredible in here. So you see our Spam's getting nice and crispy. Our green onions, whites are nicely sauteing there. Next up, the rice. Now this is kind of one of the harder parts of the cooking process. You're essentially gonna have to do this by hand, in my opinion. You gotta take the rice out. You gotta kind of like loosen it up a little bit because it is basically one big block. Pretty much at every point of this process, I kind of get frustrated and I get hungry and I get impatient and I do kind of give up, and it's all right to completely just put it in as one big chunk. So now it's really just about breaking up the rice, letting the oil do its thing, letting it loosen it up, letting the heat do its job. And now that we put enough pressure on the rice and we've mixed it up, we can be using the spatula to break it up. Now you can see it's gonna becoming, for the most part, one even layer. And once you see a little bit of browning on the rice, that's probably a good sign that we gotta start introducing some more liquid in here because we don't want the rice to get too overcooked here. So I'm gonna start now, turn down the heat a little bit. Let's get some oyster sauce in here, and this is gonna start coating our rice. We've done a good job mixing it up. It's time for our soy sauce. The sound clearly is changing because this is really the first liquid we're introducing for the whole dish. So it's going to start to steam, it's going to start to sizzle, and obviously now we're getting our final color, that nice brown fried rice we're getting from the soy sauce. It's starting to look more like Spam fried rice. All right, I can now turn off the heat. I think we're good here. And finally, we got those green onions, and that is our beautiful color now. That's going to contrast with the rice, give us our freshness. Ooh, look at that. We got our Spam fried rice, and now I like to put a runny egg on top. All right, now for the best part, let's eat. First thing I always do, gotta crack the runny egg on top, which then coats the rice so perfectly. That's kind of why I like using a runny egg, because it's almost like it's like a condiment. The yolk becomes like a condiment for this fried rice. All right, let's get a taste test here. In my opinion, this is perfect fried rice. It's not too salty, because you really get only the saltiness from the soy sauce and the Spam. The green onions are essential because they're flavoring the oil, and it really comes through in the flavor here. And of course, you got Spam, which is always really good. Oh my god. It was a perfect batch. And of course, everyone's got their preferences with fried rice. You can top it with some ketchup, maybe like more of an omu rice. You got sriracha. Everything works really well with this fried rice. Wow, this is so good. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Hold on, let me finish my food. I really hope you make Spam fried rice. If you're new to Spam, this is the perfect way to try out Spam. This is Spam in its best form, really complementing rice, and Spam and rice are like peanut butter jelly, in my opinion. And if you end up making this recipe yourself, make sure to tag me on Instagram at Matty Tries. I would love to see your versions of Spam fried rice. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm gonna go eat my Spam fried rice, and you should too. See you guys later.